Hi guys, it's Nancy, and we have some new products over at Spellbinders I wanted to share with you guys. So first thing is, they have now added the ColorSparx watercolor powders. These are in sets of 3. So Sunsplash has Gamboge, Marigold, and Scarlet. Desert Ranch has Crimson, Orange, and Sepia. Alpine has Terra Verte, Turquoise, and Wisteria. Poolside has Cerulean Blue, Lime Green, and Chartreuse. Grassland has olive green, yellow, ochre, and burnt orange. And Berry Punch has Merlot, Fuchsia, and Orchid. So there are 6 different sets you can get. They each come with 3 colors. There's no duplication of colors. And they are highly pigmented watercolor powders. So there's no mica. You can always add, shimmer powder or mica, perfect pearls, whatever if you wanted to. But these are straight pigment. So I thought we would play with these today, make some fun backgrounds, and then I'm going to show you guys some new Glimmer birthday sentiments. And I'm just going to grab some, I have some Distress watercolor paper here. It doesn't matter if you use the smooth or the textured side. I have some water here. I'm going to spray this with some water real quick. And then we're just going to add those powders. I do have a paper towel and a paintbrush here for fun, in case we need to move anything around. And I'm just going to add some colors. So here is Fuchsia. And you can see immediately the watercolor powders get activated by the water. Here is Turquoise. And even if there is no water where the powder goes down, we're going to add some more water and we'll see those mix. And I'm going to add like a purple. Here is Orchid. All right, so let's add some more water to this. Now, these are watercolor colors, so they are going to move around. You can start to dry them. Wherever that color is highly concentrated will be darker. If you don't like that, you can dab some of it off with a paper towel. Again, the more water you add, the more it's going to dilute that color. And if you want more color, you can always add more pigment. I need more water on this side. My sprayer, hold on. Okay, I added more water to my bottle here, so hopefully there we go. We get some more color, some more movement, and again, we can add drips. These are going to be backgrounds, so I'm not too concerned with how they look because they're not going to be my focal image. But I did want them to be very bright and colorful. So I'm going to see how that looks. I think I would like a little bit more of that fuchsia on here. See, I can just drip it, move it around. I can add more color. I can add less color. This one's going to dry. It's going to be very pretty. It's going to be very light when it dries. You can add more water. If you want it to be lighter, you can add more pigment. If you want it to be darker, see there was a big glob of pigment there. I just used my brush to move it around. Now I've lost some of that turquoise, so we're going to bring some of that in. And you might have similar other brands of these powders. They're all very similar. It's just a matter of, just like your ink pads, what brand do you like in terms of colors? What do you like in terms of shimmer? These don't have any shimmer. I know some of you guys like shimmer, some of you don't. You can decide on this to add the shimmer or go without the shimmer. That's what's nice, is if the shimmer's already in there, you're stuck with the shimmer. But maybe like something like this, you don't always want the shimmer. I can go in and add with a shimmer pen or Perfect Pearls or something like that. So like this one, I kind of like these colors now. I see some of the purple, I see some of the fuchsia, I see the turquoise. I know this is going to lighten up a little bit when it dries. So we're going to leave this one the way that it is. I'm going to hit it with the heat tool. All right, we're going to set that aside. We're going to let that dry. We're going to make a couple more panels, but before we do, we've got some new hot foil glimmer plates. So I have those plates loaded up here. There are 4 of them that are specifically for birthdays, and if you looked at, or you got the May, or maybe you missed the May Glimmer of the Month, they had these fun kind of bubble letter sentiments. I already foiled and cut 2 of them out of the new birthday sentiment. So this one says, have a poppin' birthday. This one says, hip hip hooray. I have the other 2 in here ready to go, and each sentiment is sold individually, so you can choose the ones you want. And these are on Hammer Mill, and they have that Aura Gold glimmer foil. So this will go well with our backgrounds. So let me grab the sentiments for those. All right, and we're just going to give this a second to cool down. And we're going to bring in our platform base A and B. And then we have one of our cutting plates. And we're going to reveal this. Pretty good. We have a little overfoiling inside the letters there. Again, that'll flake off and above the T. I'm not worried about that. We can erase that and take that off. So we're going to die cut these real quick. And again, there are 4, and you choose which ones you want. You can get all 4. You can just pick the ones you like. Put our top plate on. So now I have my sentiments glimmered, ready to go. I just need my backgrounds. Okay. So I'm going to continue making these backgrounds. Let's do some different colors here. And we can let them air dry, or we can take our heat tool to them. So if you've made a whole bunch of glimmer backgrounds or fun backgrounds like this, and you guys are like, what do I do with all these backgrounds? Well, this is where these sentiments come in. So I'm going to set this one aside. We'll let it dry. We'll make a couple more real quick here. do like to spray a light coating of water at first because I think it helps the colors to stick. The powders, I should say. Okay, here's a nice color combination. So I have some crimson. Some marigold. Some gamboge. And some chartreuse. Okay, let's see how fun this one comes out. Kind of a little bit of a rainbow there. Look at the little blue specks in the chartreuse come out. So if I want to add some more of that to try to get more green. And I'm just tapping that with my finger. You don't really want to squeeze or you're going to get a huge puff of color. And I don't know that you want that. So we're just adding that. Adding some more color. Letting them kind of blend. I think that looks pretty. I can bring my brush in and help this move along a little bit. Beautiful. Let's add a little bit more of the marigold. Look at that fun, you know, blooming. And again, that's why they're called sparks, because that's what it looks like. It looks like they're just sparking alive with color. We have the gamboge, which I'm okay with. I think it just needs to be moved around a little bit here. And then we have that chartreuse. So beautiful colors here. I'm just dragging some of that extra onto the paper towel so we don't have that puddling effect of color here. Let that run off a little bit. Okay, that's another one. We're going to be able to heat set. I'm just going to set it quick so I can move it. Okay, that's dry enough that I can move it and set it aside. It almost has kind of a tie-dye look to it, doesn't it? All right, let's do one more, and then I will dry these off camera, and we will put the card together. Now, I was using the textured side. Let's see what happens when we use the smooth side here. And let's see here. Those are all pretty bright colors. Let's do one in all green. So this one is lime green. Look at that fun turquoise that's in there. We have chartreuse, which I think is more of an electric lime green. Whoops. And then we need a little bit darker green. Terra Verte. Okay, now let's see what this looks out. So we have chartreuse, lime green, and terra verte in this one. All greens on this one. Wow, look at that. How fun is that? I'm going to add a lot of water to this. I like it just like that. Like I want to freeze frame it right there. I'm going to push the middle of my cardstock down a little bit so some of that water stays. There's little specks of red in here. I love the way this one looks. I really don't want to mess with this one too much. Look at that. I'm going to see if I can dry this. I'm going to dry this one a little bit. I love it. It almost looks kind of like slime, actually. All right, guys, I'm going to dry all of these off camera, and when I come back, we're going to put these cards together. Okay, guys, I have all the backgrounds done and dry, and here I have the new Floating Balloons 3D embossing folder. This is a little different from the one that came from the May 3D embossing of the month because that one had banners and it had a center cutout. So this one is just balloons, no banners, no cutout. I made one more. I had to for the month of June, Pride Month. We got to support every human being in the world, and I got to say, my personal, stance on that is love is love. Like, I don't care who you love. There are so many other things we can judge people on, people that are doing bad things. Why would we judge people on who they love when love is such a beautiful thing? So this is my rainbow card supporting all of my Pride folks. So I had to make this one. So this one I made with Scarlet, Orange, Gamboge, lime green, cerulean blue, and wisteria, if you were wondering about the colors. And all I'm going to do is take this, pop it in my 3D embossing folder. Okay. And we're going to use platform A and platform D in our machine. So here you can see A, here is D. We're going to put our embossing folder in there and crank it through. That's how easy it is. Okay, now this is going to give us our beautiful rainbow balloons background. Look at how gorgeous this is. Now from here you can add some shimmer, you can add some lunar paste, you can add the new solar paste, you can add any kind of shimmer you want on top or leave it the way that it is. But I think that the glimmer really is our shimmer. It's got the foil. So we have all of our sentiments here, right? So we can just now make these in the cards. This is how easy this is. So by having all of our glimmer sentiments glimmered, they're all cut out. All we have to do now is glue these to card fronts. I don't even think I need to cut these down. I think they look great the way that they are. Here is what they look like after they are all dried. Now this one was the first one. We added a lot of water, and you can see how we don't have any concentrated crystals. Everything's kind of fair and pastel. It's not too dark in your face, very pretty. This one, we let the crystals kind of mix a little bit and dried it. So you can see some of that concentration of crystals there. Looks very pretty. And then this one, the green, I really like all the swirls in the crystal here. This is what I liked. I probably could have added some more water, but I like that textured look that it gives. And then this one, definitely my favorite. The rainbow is always going to be my favorite. Okay, so let's add these to card fronts. We're just going to take some glue. And you can use these for any celebration. It doesn't have to be birthday. And these are just A2 card fronts I cut down. Apparently crooked because that one has some hanging out the top there. That's all right. Another thing you can do if you want to highlight this is add some white ink or add some black ink. That'll look really cool. The other thing running it through the embossing folder does is kind of flatten it out. Sometimes they curl a little bit because, you know, we're using water and the water curls the paper. So running it through the embossing folder definitely helps to flatten it out a little bit. You want to be generous with your glue with embossing folders and these watercolor papers. Okay. All right, let's see here. We have Hip Hip Hooray, Today is All About You, Best Day Ever, and Have a Poppin' Birthday. So let's do Today is All About You on this bluish purple one. And of course, you can add more to this. I don't think we need to. Let me erase some of this overfoiling here. Pretty, maybe some sequins. This one is Best Day Ever. Have a poppin' birthday. Doesn't that go great with the balloons? And now I don't cover up my fun backgrounds. And Hip Hip Hooray. Yes. Hip Hip Hooray, whether you are lesbian, gay, bi, trans, whatever you want to be. Tell my kids, I don't care what you are, as long as you are happy in your life. I don't care who you love. I don't care, you know, race, religion, gender, whatever, as long as they treat you good. That's all that matters. Like I said, there's so many other negative things going on in the world. Why do we want to hate someone for loving someone? That is just so, it just doesn't make sense to me, you know? So whether you have come out, whether you're too scared to come out, whether you are proud and out, or whether you don't know, I mean, that's fine. That is fine. It's okay. As long as you are living your life to your standards. Nobody else matters. Just keep that in mind. You know, celebrate yourself. Doesn't matter what kind of situation you're in. Celebrate yourself. Have respect for yourself. And don't worry about what other people are saying behind your back. Because you're always going to have that. No matter what you do in life, there are always going to be people who build you up and then turn right around and tear you down. So don't worry about it. Be who you are. Do what you enjoy. Do what makes you happy. The only person that you have to, you know, justify yourself to is you. You are the only one that has to look in the mirror at yourself. You're the one that has to go lay your head down at night and think about your life. And if you're happy with your life, be happy with your life. And if you're unhappy with your life, see what you can do to change it. And I know that's not always the easiest thing to do, but just know there are people out there that will love you, support you, no matter who you are, no matter who you love. And that community is much bigger than the community of haters. So the haters, they might be loud, but they are not as big as the community of people that love you. So keep that in mind. In the meantime, if you are interested in making any of these cards, again, we use the 4 new Glimmer sentiments. I will link them down below so you guys have the links, and they all come with their individual dies. So it is the Glimmer plate and the dies, because we love Spellbinders for giving us the dies. Thank you, Spellbinders. So again, we have Hip Hip Hooray, Today is all about you. Have a poppin' birthday and best day ever. I use the Glimmer Aura foil, which is just a beautiful gold foil. It has that beautiful, rainbow effect to it. And I use the new Floating Balloons 3D embossing folder. So again, if you missed the May 3D embossing folder, this one is a little similar, except that one had banners and it had a center cutout, and this one doesn't. This one's just all balloons. So I think it's great for all occasions. And I use the new Sparx color powders, so definitely check those out. You can see how easy and how fun it was. If you have any questions, post them down below. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, click the little button to subscribe to my videos. I have a lot more birthday videos coming for you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.